All right, guys, welcome back to what potentially could be the last game between Marin and Piccaboo. Piccaboo picking up his Thresh, Marin going with the Lissandra again. I'm Egad. Joining me here is going to be Rapid, and yeah, we're on to the rift, ready to go.
Yeah, like you said, what could be our last game of the series? It is a Doran's Blade start for Piccaboo, but I don't know, is AD Thresh the answer?
I mean, he's not going to be able to sustain that much. His physical right-click damage isn't that high. The flame magic damage won't proc like lifesteal or anything like that. Jeez, this is so weird.
Well, as long as he doesn't teleport to a minion as soon as he walks into lane, I think he'll be in a better position than he was in game number 1.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
Well, maybe. That's entirely Piccaboo's attempt here, standing in the bush right beside that mid lane, looking for a maybe a surprise of his own. If Marin walks a little bit too far outwards, gets that sentence in there, and of course, well, I guess gets flayed in there. That is the skill that Piccaboo has chosen to skill up first.
Okay. Let's see. Once the creeps get over here, it's the lanes. It shouldn't be too bad. But they're just playing really passive, kind of trying to see if anyone ever extends just a little bit, just to get a little bit of information to see where the opponent is. And why is Lissandra glowing there? That's weird. It's just shining.
It's because of her passive. Means that she can clear.
Oh yes, a free spell, or is it half cast?
No, it is a free spell. Of course, it happens every so often. There's actually like an 18-second cooldown between when it happens, but you can lower that by impairing the movement of enemies around you. So anything you do that impairs their movement gets you closer to more free spell casts. And of course, a lot of mana, of course, from those Total Biscuits of Rejuvenation. Doran's Ring thrown in there as well for good measure. And AD Thresh keeping up in CS, but I don't know. We're going to see if it's the answer here for Marin. What does AD Thresh have that other AD carries do not? And I think the answer is probably
nothing.
Crowd control. I don't know of any AD carry that has quite as much CC as Thresh does, but ultimately you're supposed to be getting on towards killing the guy, which of course support champions may have a slightly difficult job doing.
I mean, once he tries the death sentence and it actually does hook, then he can't right click. So that's another thing to keep a watchful eye out for. And already Marin's getting some good damage here into the tier 1. This is Thresh, wow, actually flashing and looking for the death sentence, forcing Marin's flash out too. That was rather ballsy. This is a really interesting play.
You know, the interesting play for me here for Piccaboo is both the decision to go for Thresh and, you know, the decision on how to play this lane. A lane mechanic, something that top laners are very, very well versed in, and while duo laners know exactly where they need to position the wave for their AD carries, when you have to focus on everything all by yourself, all for yourself, you kind of lose maybe a little bit of that extra advantage. You can see, even just a teleport here, wait a second, Marin TP'd to a minion instead of to a turret that gives you 1 minute less on the cooldown, so
whatever, man, he does not care.
yeah, he is just looking to get as quickly as he can back in the lane, and look at this damage down being put onto the turret. He won game number 1 with a turret kill, looking for game 2 as well. Minion wave lasting just long enough for Marin to get out of that death sentence alive and unscathed.
Ignite comes in, alright, they get the flay back. Uh-oh, Marin's dead.
Wait, what?
Interesting.
And that was off of teleporting back into lane. We're gonna watch this again. They play him back in. There's the death sentence, and he's still not actually dead. We're skipping forward maybe just a little.
No, we're skipping back here.
Okay, we're skipping backwards just a little bit. There's the ice claw forward. He's shoving this wave underneath turret. Keep in mind, this is just after teleporting back in. There's the flay. We're gonna see the death sentence hit as well. And at this point, the trade isn't actually all that bad for Marin. But here's where it goes from bad to worse here. Gonna slow him down there. There's the ignite. One more auto attack is kind of all it takes there. A play passive off of being played backwards itself is just gonna keep him from running away. Last auto attack there for Piccaboo. And you know, forgive me for I've sinned. It's game number 2 that goes to Piccaboo off of an AD Thresh matchup versus Lissandra.
Give me all I gotta give. Give it all, make me wanna live. Give me everything to satisfy my soul.
things up there. We're back out of the Rift, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Solo King tournament here, Korea 1v1 tournament on Azubu TV. My name is Reed Rapid Meld. With me is Daniel Egad Caruso, my fearless co-caster, who's intrepidly stuck beside me through all of these 1v1s tonight. SK Telecom, a team kill situation, and the last game in this best of 3 on the line. Marin's Rumble takes to the Rift versus Piccaboo's Janna.
Woo! Alright, so I don't know how Piccaboo's Janna's going to fare here. 50 AP, no magic resist, no armor, just looking to go raw tornado damage, I guess. Trying to just not let him shove the wave. And Rumble's not the best tower or turret pusher, so you just drop a shield on that and it should be okay for a little bit longer. Marin also went for the Doran shield and potion, which is another really interesting route. Especially against a Janna, because you're going to get nuked by the AP, but I guess the HP per 5 that the shield offers you isn't that bad. It's weird. This Janna could really become just a huge nuisance if she picks up like 3. If she gets 4 Doran's rings, I think it's going to be impossible to push in.
Well, now, one thing that we did see in game number 1 was the willingness to just sit back and base with a Chalice of not a Chalice of Harmony, a Crystalline Flask, wait for that extra health potion, or mana potion, depending on which resource you need a little bit more of, and then just come to lane maybe slightly farther ahead in objective control. But now it's up to Marin without that, starting with the Doran's shield, and try to block that range versus melee auto attack damage.
Okay. Well, I mean, coming into this lane, it's literally just going to be Flame Spitter non-stop, and then Piccaboo just shielding and running away once the shield pops and just trading like that. Yeah, it's going to be a really boring lane, I guess you could say. I don't think they're going to really die. This might be one of those games where it just comes down to creeps.
All right, well, now that the creeps have, entered the lane, we're underway with what is going to be the last game in this best of 3. You can see Piccaboo walking up all the way through the minion wave. That is going to cause the minions to clump up just a little bit, but having shoved it already, you can see Piccaboo with that early level 2. Now, Marin should be able to get it off the next 2 creep kills, I want to say. So there is 1 going down, and actually needed only 1. And will grab that level 2 for himself.
Level 2s too don't really... Well, they do matter actually a little bit, because if Marin can get that extra damage from overheating, just barely, or staying above 50% in terms of his overheating, Piccaboo does have to worry just a little bit. But again, he just needs to apply the shield to himself. He can take a Flame Spitter for just a little bit. It's only level 1 Flame Spitter too, so it doesn't do much. But Piccaboo going in, dropping Ignite, this is a weird engage. Right-click Janna's, I guess, doing some serious work. I don't know.
Alright, well, we'll definitely get a chance to see that. Marin down below half HP, and Piccaboo, while it may not look like he's below half HP, the Doran shield does give Marin overall a lot more, health than you would expect from, your other Doran's items out there. So, something to keep an eye on. Look at that Eye of the Storm Shield, too. You can see that really just raising Piccaboo's AD, and whoa, Marin! Down to about 100 HP. I'm not sure, Piccaboo just, ate his Wheaties this morning or what he is doing, but in such a high pressure situation, he's actually just going to opt to go back to base without shoving the wave in. It's in a position where it's pushing back towards him, so he won't necessarily have to worry quite so much, but...
He kind of TP'd back in anyway, so still looking for the last hits. The way he last hit that too is going to guarantee that the wave just keeps pushing forward and keeps the pressure mounted on towards his turret. He can utilize his turret to really just control wave momentum really well. There's what, 3 extra ranged creeps there? Yeah, but with Flame Spitter, it becomes near impossible for him to actually maintain a good wave equilibrium. He does connect a Harpoon on to Piccaboo, but again, just getting kited back by the Tornado as well as the Zephyr.
And if it comes to a champion who is good at kiting, it doesn't get much better than Janna. You can run away from just about everything. I hate it. It's incredibly frustrating to deal with, but at the same time, is very good versus things like Rumble. You can shield the Flame Spitter damage as you're disengaging. Oh, now shield
He's got
not up.
overheat.
Look at the Flame Spitter flashing
Wow.
in. It's Marin, who will find a 5-minute, 10-second kill
Huh, that's weird.
on to Piccaboo. Yeah, we're gonna get an instant replay here. You can see overheated Flame Spitter. He's gonna grab one, overheat again, and this time he's kind of just biding his time. There will get knocked up, and look at that heat start to, heat up once more.
He got the bonus
time.
damage too for that
Yep.
Flame Spitter, which was perfect.
Being in the danger zone, and there is the flash on in for the kill. Like I said, only about 5 minutes into the game. Congratulations, Marin, with a 2-0 victory over Piccaboo. He will advance to maybe not the grand finals, but the finals of this group to face off against KT Rolster's Hachani.